Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, a #1 album, sold-out shows overseas, and now a U.S. tour. Irish artist Meadhbh Walsh will join us with her story and a live performance.
Plus, a brand new way to shop small and discover one-of-a-kind treasures. We'll introduce you to the woman behind WeMakeItLocal.com.
And a nonprofit organization focused on supporting our senior community. We'll learn more about Friends to the Elderly. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Tuesday, August 26th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
And I'm Kyle Keel. Illinois is launching a brand new concert series called Sounds of the Village. We're talking about Cambridge, Illinois, of course. There's 2 free shows this year at College Square Park.
The series highlights local and regional talent and is set to grow into a full summer lineup in 2026. Joining us today are John Taylor and Logan Meyer, who have helped spearhead this project. Logan and John, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us. Welcome back.
Yeah, well, every time you're on the show, it seems like you have something good to talk about.
Yeah.
Always a concert, always live music, always something going on in your neck of the woods, which is really exciting. John, talk a little bit about where you guys got the inspiration for Sounds in the Village.
So I've been doing music for a long time, and this is kind of the culmination of a whole bunch of work. I've always been wanting to do this, but it's taken a long time to get here. So we had to build a stage in the park. We had to do a bunch of work, to upgrade things in the park, the pavilion, lights, electrical, all that. And it's been about a decade, really, of kind of just putting all the pieces together. And then, then I've been working with Logan for about 9 months now. And that was the other piece of the puzzle, was finding someone to do it. I've got enough things on my plate, and I want to also get other people involved. And so that's kind of, in a few sentences, that's how it's kind of come together.
Yeah.
So a decade of work. I mean, that's a long time, and I'm sure there's a lot of times you were like, is this ever going to come together? So you've been an advocate for this, to get live music in Cambridge for many years. So what's it like to finally see this come together and get this concert series started?
It's cool. I've done one-off shows there, here and there, but I've really been wanting to get an actual concert series going, and the Village is bought in. They're part of it. They're helping to make it all possible, and the Village has been part of it all along the way. And so I just wanted something that would transcend what I'm personally doing. Yeah. That would be, would be able to reach more people, and specifically focusing on local and regional acts, because that's kind of a hole in what I do. A lot of what we're doing right now is international stuff. I mean, we do some other stuff, but about 1/3 of the shows we do are international.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This is very exciting for folks in that area, especially. There's just so much going on. Logan, talk to us about these inaugural concerts, because you are kicking things off with a couple of shows this month and next month. So who's going to be performing? What kind of music can we expect?
So this Thursday, music starts at 6:30. We're going to have Crash and Half Catholic.
Okay.
They're great regional bands. We got a lot of fans in this area. That's going to be a great show. Thursday, September 11th, we are going to have Germ Theory and Zach Petrini. They're both also great regional bands. Germ Theory's out of Geneseo. I have done some work with them in the past. They're a great group of guys. I have also met Zach before at the Galva concerts. He's a great guy.
I have to ask, Logan, I mean, working with John over the last 9 months, what has it been like for you to kind of learn from somebody who has really kind of taken the reins for an area and put it on the map, so to speak, as far as making it a destination for live music?
Well, for me personally, it's a dream come true, really. I have been... music has been a big part of my life since about early middle school. So being able to be a part of real live music and getting to meet the musicians and make those connections, everything, it really is a dream come true. I mean,
I bet.
I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah, and John, speaking of dreams coming true, we mentioned the decade. So have you always envisioned College Square Park as the spot for this venue? What makes it the place to be for live music?
Well, it's right there on the square. I mean, there's the beautiful Henry County Courthouse right there. It's a beautiful park. Like I said, a bunch of work has been gone into that park with the playground and you know, even the ball diamond, we've done a bunch of work on that, and it's and now too, you're seeing around there a lot of business development too. There's an arcade that is right there, just right across the street from the park. There's going to be a pub that's connected to that. Lots of stuff. Just kind of the snowball is rolling, and things are
Get
growing.
more people
so.
to Cambridge.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say there's definitely a connection there between when you start something like this, like these concert series, and really elevating a community as a place to be. And I think that's evident, whether it's Galva, whether it's Cambridge. It's just something that we're continuing to see. It's like it's almost like the field of dreams, you know.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're noticing, that it's really elevating these smaller communities?
Definitely.
Yeah.
In a lot of different ways. Beyond the music, I mean, I think anytime you do something in public where people can see that you're doing something positive, it kind of plants a seed maybe in their mind that, hey, like, maybe they've got a dream that doesn't involve music at all, but they want to do something positive in their community, and I think that can inspire people to do that, and that's what we've seen, like I said, with businesses and other things, just people getting involved and volunteering for a variety of different causes in the area. Yeah.
Great.
All right, so bigger and better things ahead for the concert series as well. So what are the big plans for when you go to the full lineup next summer?
Well, we're hoping to get more bands, hopefully like 8 to 10 next year is the goal. You know, of course, it all comes down to funding, and but the Village has been helping us out tremendously with that, so we thank them. We had talked with the Village about maybe making some kind of shade for our visitors.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
You know, because you know, during the summer it might get a little sunny there,
A little
so
steamy.
might want to give them a little bit of shade. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of in the talks right now, in the works. So
that's great. Yeah. So we can expect more to come, which is wonderful. Are there ways, before we wrap up with you, for the community to support what you're doing? Are there volunteer opportunities? Is there anything that you guys need to continue to feel that support?
Yeah, I have reached out to some people about helping out and volunteering. Honestly, the more the merrier.
Good.
You know, you can either find John or I online, and you know, DM us, and we'll get you set up.
All right. Anything else that we need to know before people head out to these concerts?
They're free.
They're free.
Family friendly. Just bring a lawn chair or a blanket.
Bring snacks.
Yeah, bring snacks.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, sounds like a great time. So Sounds of the Village kicks off in Cambridge this Thursday, August 28th, and it'll happen again on Thursday, September 11th. All concerts will begin at 6:30 p.m. and they'll last approximately 2 hours, so keep that in mind for planning. These events are free, as John just mentioned, and we hope to see everyone out there in Cambridge, and we'll look forward to next summer when that concert goes all summer long.
Yeah.
So thank you both so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Speaking of music in Cambridge, Illinois, after the break, Irish singer, songwriter Meadhbh Walsh is in town ahead of a performance tonight. We're getting a preview next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
From the streets of Cork, Ireland to stages around the world, singer-songwriter Meadhbh Walsh has been winning hearts with her unique blend of traditional Irish folk and modern storytelling.
And now, after sold-out shows across Ireland, the UK, and beyond, she's bringing her music stateside for U.S. tour. We're talking about Meadhbh Walsh, and she joins us now to share her journey, her music, and what it means to connect communities through song. Meadhbh, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, it's certainly a pleasure to have you here. So you're going to be performing on the streets, or you were performing on the streets as a teenager. So kind of walk us through, you know, growing up in Ireland and what it's been like to share your music.
Yeah, so growing up, I was always into my music. I've always liked all kinds of music, including country music, popular music, but I always had such a big place in my heart for Irish music. And when I was about 13, 14, I started playing the guitar, and I was singing a couple of years, and I started busking in Killarney in County Kerry, which isn't far from where I'm from. It's a beautiful place in the west coast of Ireland. And it's so I started busking, and that's where I gained confidence. And I used to meet quite a lot of Americans actually during that time,
visiting
on their
yeah.
holidays. Yeah, and so yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it gave me a lot of confidence. And as the years progressed, I started doing more pub gigs and you know, playing music to different tours that would have gone through the town at the time. And then the pandemic happened in 2020, and I was just finishing up my studies in school. I suppose you could say high school over here, but so before I went to college, and so I had a bit of time at home to, you know, create stuff and write a few songs. So I started posting videos online, and that started getting a lot of traction around the world within Irish communities.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got my name out there in the first place.
Yeah. Your story is incredible.
Yeah.
And just speaking to what you were just talking about, during the pandemic, you built a following of more than 250,000 people online. What in the world does that feel like to, I mean, yes, this is something you're passionate about, your music, but to have people really latch onto it in the same way, what did that feel like?
It was amazing. Well, it has been amazing. It's only now that in hindsight, that I see what was actually happening back then. I don't think I had a good idea about what was actually going on. All I saw was numbers watching my live streams. I used to go on every Friday at 8 p.m. and so all I seen was numbers coming in. But in the past few years, when I've got around and been touring and have come to the States up and back, that has been a real moment of realization. Because a lot of people have said, even this trip, you got me through the lockdown, or things like that. And I think it's just music in general was a great comfort to people during hard times. And I think it was just wonderful that I was able to have something to keep me going and to keep me entertained for those for that.
However long it was.
However long, it's a blur at this stage. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and you know, I used to get a lot of requests, and I used to. It made a lot of connections for me as well. It put me in contact with a lot of other musicians that I would have looked up to and followed with many years. It would have opened a lot of doors for me doing that. So it was great, and yeah, it gave me the confidence to write my own songs and release my own music, and you know, try go that bit further with it.
You got to put yourself out there. So obviously you've had a lot of highlights in your career so far, touring worldwide, having all these sold-out shows. Is there any memories that stick out to you when you've been on tour?
Absolutely. I think one that really stands out to me is the first time I came to the States. It was playing in Times Square in New York City.
Oh, wow.
What an experience.
Yeah, especially...
I've never even been there.
I've neither, yeah.
Because before I started touring and things, I was from a very small farming background. I hadn't seen much of the world at all. I might have been to Spain a couple times.
Amazing,
So I'd never been to the States or anything like that. So being able to perform to a full room, a sold-out show in Connolly's in Times Square, to Irish people coming in, and people from all over, they mightn't have been Irish. And it was a moment of realization, because it made me realize, wow, I can probably do this. And secondly, it made me realize how big Irish music is around the world to all communities. It's quite it's a type of genre of music that's fit for everyone.
It really is. I completely agree. Amazing. So Times Square, one stop in a previous visit to the United States. Where are you going on this tour? What are some of the stops?
So this particular trip has been a whirlwind. I'm going to the final stretch of it now. I started in Nashville, and we went to Boston, and we worked our way from Boston to New York, and we've been going to Chicago. We were in Cleveland, so
You're seeing some incredible cities.
Yeah, I'm getting to do a lot.
It's like I need a nap.
And so I have 5 more concerts left during this trip, and they're mainly going to be in the Midwest, so it's great. Tonight I'm going to be in the Kazan House concert. Kazan.
You can say it better than we can.
So we don't do that good of a job, so nice job.
Kazan House concert, it'll be in Cambridge, Illinois. Tomorrow I'm heading towards Minnesota, St. Paul. And then the day after that, I'm going to be going to Detroit, Hibernian Hall. Then I'll be heading to the Banshee in Buffalo, New York, and then I'm going to be making my way back to Connecticut, Stamford to Hibernian Hall. So I have 5 more concerts left.
I'm impressed that you can even remember
it took a bit of
the cities.
Bouncing all over the place.
You didn't have to do that, but you did it, and that's impressive. You are going to perform for us in just a minute here, but I wanted to talk to you just really quickly about about your music specifically. We talk about how you really blend Irish folk with some more of the modern.
Yes.
So kind of tell us about how you strike that balance.
Yeah, so I find it's, as a young person that sings and plays Irish music, a lot of the reason why I do this is because of the stories that are in the songs, and you know, it's all about culture. We're all proud of who we are and stuff, and I'm really proud to sing Irish music, and I love that when I can get young people to say, I really like that song, and they mightn't have been open to it beforehand. And I just love all folk music from all countries, and I think it's, you know, you got to move with the times.
Sure.
So when I do write my songs, I try to blend a mix of contemporary instruments. We might have electric guitar in it, and Irish folk instruments, more like the fiddle, the banjo, and other Irish folk instruments. So I just really enjoy mixing it up and trying to create some new stuff. So that's where my passion is.
And what do you hope people take away from your songs?
I hope that they can have a moment of solace, have a moment of getting away from the world and the worries, and just listening to some music and enjoying it.
That's right.
Well, it's beautiful.
Yes.
I will tell
We
people
got a
that.
little preview,
We got a little preview. So what will you be performing for us today?
So today I'm going to sing a love song. It's an Irish love song written by a man called Finbar Fury, and it's called Sweet 16.
Sweet
All
16.
right.
All right.
Meadhbh Walsh,
Thank you.
take it away.
When first I saw the love light in your eyes, and I thought the world held naught but joy for me. And even though we drifted far apart, and I never dreamed but what I dream of thee, and I love you as I never loved before. Since first I saw you on the village green, come to me in my dreams of love is yours. I love you as I love you when you were sweet, when you were sweet 16. And I love you as I never loved before. Since first I saw you on the village green, come to me, and my dreams of love is yours. And I love you as I love you when you were sweet, when you were sweet 16.
Very nicely done, Maeve. And you can catch more of Meadhbh Walsh tonight as part of the Kadazan House Concert Series in Cambridge, Illinois. The potluck social hour starts at 6 p.m. and the show will begin at 7.
The concert is free. It is family friendly with a $20 to $30 suggested donation, right? Let's keep these concerts going.
Yes.
To learn more about Maeve and her music, visit her website, meadhbhwalsh.com. Maeve, thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you,
You're
Maeve.
incredibly talented.
Very nice job.
Thanks for having me.
stopping.
What a pleasure.
Yes, pleasure
thank
for us as
you.
well.
Yes. Still to come on WQCL, handmade, local, and easy to shop for. We'll find out how We Make It Local is connecting makers with customers who love unique finds.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
There's a new way to shop small and support local creativity. WeMakeItLocal.com is a platform dedicated exclusively to handmade goods. Joining me now is Diana Desjardins, the founder of We Make It Local. Diana, welcome back. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
You look great. We're happy to see you. And typically viewers will see you in a different capacity.
Right.
This is a brand new endeavor for you.
Right.
Website went live recently.
2 weeks ago. So I've been working on this undercover for about 2 years.
Wow.
Only my close people have known about it. And because I usually refinish furniture, and that's going full-time still. We Make It Local. This was just an idea I had about how people find me. And this is how it started.
Yeah.
And then my brain doesn't shut off.
Yeah.
So
Well,
all the
good.
big boys have bought out all the big ads, because small businesses, small makers, people that actually make in their garage, in their shop, in their basement, they can't be found online. So this is how it started.
Yeah, what a wonderful idea. So congratulations on that, because it is something that I think I personally have thought about in the past as well, right? We invite so many small business owners and makers on this show on Quad Cities Live, and boy, we love doing that. We love seeing what people are doing here in the area. But then I always wonder, aside from, you know, the pop-up markets and things that, you know, are happening every, you know, quarterly or whatever it is in the area, how are people learning about these folks?
How are they found?
And how are they found? And how are we purchasing from them year-round? Right. So, yeah, so this is great. So tell me why you feel like now's the right time for an online marketplace of this sort.
So many reasons. So many reasons. And I don't want to talk bad about any other huge website out there. But there's a lot of not handmade goods on those sites. So this is the only handmade site out there that you can type in your zip code and you can search and shop local. So you can shop 10 miles out, 20 miles out, 30 miles out, or you can shop nationwide. And the tagline on the website is shop local from anywhere. So you can shop from your neighbors. I love, every time I do a show, I hear from people, I would rather buy local. I would rather buy local. And it's a huge movement. And people want to support their neighbors, and they get good quality, and it's a whole, it's not a reselled item, and it's not being shipped from, you know, other countries. It's here.
No, I think you're right. Even we have some art on our screen right now. I mean, you love to have, this is the way I look at it, you love to have a story behind an item that you really fall in love with. Either you're giving it as a gift, and you like to share how you found it and the person that made it, or you have it in your home, and then when people compliment it or something, you can tell them how you found it and who made it. And this person lives just in one city over, and so I get it. I get why people would want to do that. So as we saw some of those images on screen just now, so what can we find on the website?
So right now we're specifically looking for makers. It's just been launched. I only have about 20 makers on there.
That's that's quite a few.
It's quite a few. So I need people to apply. You actually have to have a video proving to me that you're making the product.
That's
so
smart.
there won't be any resellers or drop shippers on there. It'll be truly handmade goods. So everybody, then you get approved, and then you set up your own little storefront right on. You can blog, post videos. So it's I want everybody to kind of stay on there and learn from other people and talk to other people and see their local people, and who, you know, we'll have bakeries on there.
I love how they did that, and maybe try it for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's going to be a whole community thing. That's
wonderful.
Close to my heart.
Yeah, and so you already have roughly 20 makers on there, you said, which is incredible. So if I'm somebody who wants to apply and fill out the information and get started, is there anything else that I need to know beforehand? Like, are you looking to have, you know, varying types, or, you know, can you have like 4 people who make candles?
We'll have 4 people who make candles. This is going to be nationwide. It's going to be huge.
Okay, so this is something that you've been into now for a few years, so you probably have some good advice. What advice would you give to a maker who has never sold online? Like, they are just working out of their home. They might participate in the occasional, you know, pop-up market or something like that. So what advice would you give?
So you're going to have 2 different individual people. You're going to have an individual person with a Social Security number, and then you're going to have a person with a business ID, you know, your tax ID number. So you can apply either way. So, you know, pick your poison when you start, and then make sure you have your video ready to go that you can download, and and then you'll just load in your products, and you'll put your little descriptions in and everything, and ship, pick free shipping or embed your shipping into your price. It's totally up to you.
Yeah.
But as many products as you can, because it's going to be huge.
I think so. This is such a great idea, and this is also beyond shopping. I think it's a good way to connect. I think it's a good way for makers and customers to start some special relationships
that they would never find anywhere else unless they actually saw them in person somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be tough too. Even if you meet someone that's at the farmer's market every Saturday or something along those lines. It's busy, it's crazy. You don't get to forge maybe the same type of connection that you would in this way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, what a great idea. To explore the online shop or apply to become a maker on the website, visit wemakeitlocal.com. We have the website on your screen right there. Diana, fabulous idea. I can't wait to see it take off and help so many people. Yes, and shop, definitely. Go shopping on there. Okay, and we'll have you back too to talk about...
I have a Backroad Fest in October.
The Backroad Fest, yes, that's where you know we're from. All right, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks,
still to come in our second half hour, a nonprofit making a big difference for older adults in our community. We'll introduce you to an organization called Friends to the Elderly. Plus, a cat and dog detective duo are on the case. Meet the Davenport author behind a new children's graphic novel series called Paw&Order.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Today, we are shining a spotlight on a local nonprofit that's making a meaningful difference for seniors in our community. Friends to the Elderly was founded in 2017 with the mission of providing companionship and support to elderly individuals who may not have family close by. Joining us today is Lindsay, President and CEO of Friends to the Elderly. Lindsay, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me again.
Yes, absolutely. I've brought a friend with you here today. This is Olive.
Yes.
Can you tell us about Olive?
She's so...
So we got Olive the same year that I stood up the organization, and she just naturally started joining us for visits.
Yeah.
And so she's coming up on her 8th year of being my longest volunteer. She does a great job.
Yes, she loves pets.
Yes.
And I'm sure she gets a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
She is the sweetest dog ever. So obviously we want to tell people about the organization. We talked about when it started and that Olive is a big part of it. So what inspired you to create Friends to the Elderly? There's a great backstory here.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool story.
Yeah.
So my grandmother went to the nursing home during the last few years of her life, and we ended up becoming friends with one of her friends there. And when she passed away, we continued to visit her. Her name was Bee. And so Bee was our OG friend. She was an awesome lady, and we visited her for several years. And through that time, we met a friend of Bee's at the nursing home.
Aww.
And her name is Wendy. And so after Bee passed away, we continued visiting Wendy, and we still visit Wendy today.
And that's Bee and Olive that we just saw.
Yes.
And is that Wendy?
Yes, that's Wendy.
Oh my gosh. So this is just something that you have continued to do with your family and your pets over these years. What kind of, I guess, made you decide that it was important to continue these visits?
Well, I actually just found that I loved being there with the elderly, spending time with them, listening to their stories. Just, you can gain so much from our elders.
Yes.
Just listening to their life stories, and we, paint nails and do lots of fun stuff together. But I noticed a lot of residents were lacking in relations from the outside. And I thought, maybe there are other people that would be interested in this kind of a service project in our community, and it's just turned out really well. The only thing that really it requires is your time.
Right.
And it's pretty flexible because they're typically available most of the time.
Yeah, they're waiting for someone to, I love the photos that you provided because of the nails. You go and you paint the nails.
Yeah.
I just love that. So yeah, I think you pretty much just answered the question, but volunteers, they're paired with like an elderly friend that they can go visit. How does that matching process work? Do they have to know of somebody ahead of time, or will you help them find someone?
Yeah, so I help them find someone.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll have people reach out to me and let me know that someone could really use some visits.
Yeah.
And then I'll, look at my volunteer bank and try to make a good pair.
Yeah.
Typically with the same interests and hobbies and desires.
Yeah. So your own relationships, you gave us that really great story about Bee and about Wendy. How has that kind of helped you lead this organization? It's been going strong now for many years, and clearly you have the heart behind it. So how did you take your relationships with them and kind of, I suppose, model it for additional volunteers coming on?
Sure. So typically I'm going to be a big part of the process. When someone signs up to volunteer, I of course help find a good match. And then I will most of the time come and be with them when they meet their new friend and just go through that transition process. But I tell them my story and just talk to them about how it is and some of the different hurdles that you may face.
Yeah.
But the nursing homes that I work with in our area are really great. They want help from the outside to come in. So I have people that will help with bingo maybe, or
nice.
They'll bring in donations. I've had local churches will make scarves and bring them in for everyone. And just a bunch of different things, magazines.
Yeah, it's just so important that, you know, these folks are not forgotten about. I mean, you know, because I can only imagine the impact that these visits must have on the seniors that are paired up. Just describe that a little bit and how meaningful it really can be.
Yeah, so a typical day, I go weekly to the nursing home and I usually have my pups with.
Yeah.
And when everyone sees them coming, they'll come out of their rooms or they'll stop in the hall and want to give them a little pet, and the dogs might enjoy it more than they do because they love the attention.
I bet.
But we walk through and a lot of them tell me their stories about the pets that they had.
Yeah.
And they miss having the chance to spend time with animals. Animals are so healing, and they bring so much joy. Try to bring the kids with, and they just love seeing kids.
That was one thing I wanted to ask you about. I thought some of those photos you provided were just so sweet when your children are in them. It really must brighten their day to see the kiddos come and visit, because, you know, for a lot of these folks, I assume, I mean, their days are filled with getting to spend time with pets and children. I mean, it's gotta really make a difference for them.
Yeah, I always encourage our volunteers, if you have animals, children, check with your resident, see if they'd like them to come in, and we follow whatever the protocols are at the local facilities. But they come and help with bingo too. The kids will come in and help play, and they just love it.
So people who want to get involved or volunteer after seeing this, because it really is inspirational, and I think what a great organization that really doesn't take, you know, too much of your time, too much of your money, but so fulfilling. What do they have to do to get started?
Sure. So they can go to our website, friendstotheelderly.org, and you'll just fill out your little application there, and we will process a background check. And then once that's complete, I will work with you to locate a friend for you to visit. And visits are, like I said, pretty easy because scheduling goes around you and your life. Everyone's busy, but we do try to commit to 1 hour a week minimum.
Yeah, and how fulfilling for you know, a volunteer to be able to learn about this person and their life experiences. And what a great organization. So we had the website up there. We'll of course get that on our website. Lindsay and Olive, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. We appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Just ahead on QCL, from middle school adventures to mystery solving animals, we'll meet the author behind a new series of graphic novels for kids.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Paw&Order is a brand new children's graphic novel series written by Davenport-based author and illustrator Jason Platt.
The first book in the series is already on store shelves, with the second installment set to be released this October. Exciting. And today, Jason Platt is joining us in the QCL studio to tell us all about his work. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here today. Oh, thank you.
This is so exciting.
Thank you so much.
You brought a copy of Paw&Order with you here today. I love the title.
Yes.
it makes me
it's a
want to be
fun title.
It draws you in, really.
It really does.
It makes you want to go, come, come.
I was good.
Yes.
I was just gonna do that. I was like, don't be weird, Morgan. Don't be weird.
It's okay. Everyone does it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. And you're singing it. Okay. So I went there. Tell us about the series, of course, but also this particular first installment.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yes. So this one is called The Grilled Cheese Caper, and we have our heroes, Perlock and Marlowe. Perlock being the cat, Marlowe being the dog.
Yes.
They are best friends who own a detective agency, and they go to their annual grilled cheese festival. And when they get there, they find out that all of the grilled cheese sandwiches have been stolen.
Oh no.
So them, our heroes, along with the reader, they look at all the clues at the scene of the crime. They interview all the suspects, and they get to help solve with Perlock and Marlowe the crime of who did it.
Who done it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. So this is one series you have. So you've got your first graphic novel series.
Yes.
That has been out. I know you were on Paula's show a few years back talking about that. So tell us more about Middle School Misadventures and how that series kind of all went out.
Oh, yeah. So Middle School Misadventures was my first series with Little Brown Books for young readers. And it's basically it was based off of my old webcomic called Mr. and Me. Okay. And it's about this, well, the webcomic is about a single father and his son, but then in the Middle School Misadventures, it's about the same son who is perpetually 5 in the webcomic in middle school. And so it's about him and his friendships and stuff, because when we're in middle school, it's a lot different than elementary school, because friends suddenly become very important.
Yes.
And hanging out with them. Your family life is still very important, but your friends are really important.
So what I think is great is that you've kind of traveled into this different genre with this whole mystery with Paw&Order. And I love the backstory behind it. Mystery is something you've always been interested in since you were a kid.
Ever since I was a little kid. Actually, mystery is my go-to genre whenever I read a book. I love a good whodunit. And when I was a kid, my mom would read Agatha Christie's, and I remember like being really intrigued by like the cover art and stuff like that. I remember picking one up when I was about 7, and I was like, "Oh, this is too big for me." But I loved reading Encyclopedia Brown and Hardy Boys, and especially when I was in the 6th grade when I read The Westing Game, and that was like a big puzzle whodunit, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. And so when I was writing this, I was like, I want to write for the book that I wanted to read when I was 7. And surely there are kids who also love mysteries and whodunits and a puzzle that they get to solve too.
Well,
it's perfect.
You know, Paw&Order was recently released, I guess, earlier this month, but you've already got that sequel ready to go, right? You're getting it
the
ready.
second book, it's called The Case of the Sleeping Artist, comes out in late October. And the third one, The Night of the Comet, comes out in June next year.
Oh, so you've got a third one lined up as well.
It's all...
You've got these all in your head and you're getting them in a book.
It's so much fun to write these mysteries and figuring it out myself.
I'm so impressed
even
by
as the
that.
author and illustrator.
Like putting it together, so we don't have very much more time with you, but one question I always want to know is like, do you know how it's going to end? And do you start from there? And do you like undo the mystery? Or do you just like, I don't know, how do you do it?
Well, I kind of come up with the scene and what is surrounding the mystery. In this one, it's about the grilled cheese, and you think about like the suspects who are involved. And I don't want to say too much.
No, we don't want to give it away.
Because
I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a lot of fun.
Amazing. Well, Paw&Order is available in both paperback and hardcover through various retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Target. For more information, though, visit the Paper Cuts website and click the tab for graphic novels. You'll find what you need there. Jason, congrats. Thank you so much for being on the show, and I can't wait to have you back to talk about
anytime.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks,
yes,
absolutely.
And thank you so much for watching.
Your local news at 4 is coming up next. We'll see you back here tomorrow.